The Galapagos Giant Tortoise, Cheloniades nigra, is the largest known tortoise in the world. It consumes approximately 30 kilograms of green plants every day, weighs between 272 and 320 kilograms on average, and has been responsible for giving birth to around 800 offspring over the course of 50 years. This tortoise, endemic to the Galapagos Islands, indirectly contributed to creating the largest family in the archipelago. The Galapagos Islands are located in the Pacific Ocean, nearly 1,000 kilometers from the South American continent, and consist of 55 volcanic islands scattered across the sea. The island's isolation from the mainland has allowed for a unique ecosystem to thrive, where diverse species have evolved independently. Among these, the Galapagos giant tortoise stands out as a symbol of endurance and adaptation. Within this ecosystem, the giant tortoise is an imposing figure. With its thick legs and giant shell, it has few natural predators. The tortoise's remarkable longevity, up to 100 years, ensures that it remains largely unthreatened by other species. However, despite its size and strength, the tortoise moves at a sluggish pace, traveling only about 260 meters per hour. Its slow movement is a result of its massive size, making it a formidable but slow-moving presence on the islands. Unlike warm-blooded animals, the Galapagos giant tortoise is cold-blooded, unable to regulate its body temperature internally. As a result, it relies entirely on the external environment to maintain thermal balance. Most of the day is spent resting in shaded areas, where the tortoise can avoid the intense heat of the sun. During this time, they also engage in behaviors similar to hibernation, and their snoring during these periods is louder than that of most other animals. Tortoises can remain in this dormant state for months, using stored body fat to sustain themselves until the environment becomes more favorable for activity. The summer season is particularly challenging for these tortoises. Rising temperatures and intense sunlight force them to find shade in order to escape the heat. Fortunately, the abundant green vegetation of the islands provides a steady source of food, ensuring that the tortoises never face food scarcity during the warm months. The thick, mountainous appearance of their shells is also adapted to their environment, allowing the tortoises to withstand harsh conditions while maintaining a steady pace of life. On smaller islands where resources are scarce, the tortoises have evolved differently. On these dry islands, tortoises are smaller, with more cautious behavior, primarily due to the lack of green vegetation. The scarcity of food has led to an adaptation where the tortoises feed on dead branches and, more commonly, cactus plants. The tortoises of these islands have developed the unique ability to extend their necks further than their counterparts on the more fertile islands, a behavior that helps them reach the cactus pads high above the ground. Their flattened shells enable their heads to extend further, providing them with more room to feed. This adaptation highlights the tortoise's ability to survive in the most challenging environments. The arrival of humans in the 16th century marked a turning point for the Galapagos giant tortoise. The exploration and exploitation of the islands by sailors led to the capture of many tortoises for food, as well as the introduction of invasive species that threatened their survival. This period of overexploitation led to a dramatic decline in the tortoise population. By the 20th century, several subspecies of the Galapagos giant tortoise were on the brink of extinction. One of the most tragic stories in the history of the Galapagos tortoises is that of Lonesome George, the last known individual of the Pinta Island tortoise subspecies. Despite numerous efforts to encourage breeding with female tortoises of similar subspecies, George never successfully reproduced. His death in 2012, at the age of 100, marked the extinction of his subspecies. His passing underscored the fragility of these creatures and their inability to recover from the damage caused by human activity. In response to the decline in tortoise populations, conservationists have implemented various measures to protect the remaining species. These efforts have included the relocation of tortoises to safer islands, captive breeding programs, and habitat restoration projects. Such initiatives have led to an increase in the populations of some subspecies, but many challenges still remain. The islands continue to face the threats of habitat loss, invasive species, and the effects of climate change. The story of the Galapagos giant tortoise is both a testament to resilience and a cautionary tale. These creatures, some of the longest living on Earth, have survived for millions of years, but their survival is increasingly dependent on human intervention. The decline of the Pinta Island subspecies, epitomized by Lonesome George, serves as a reminder of the fragility of island ecosystems and the importance of conservation efforts. Today, the Galapagos giant tortoise remains a symbol of the natural world's delicate balance. With continued efforts in conservation, these tortoises may one day fully recover, allowing future generations to witness their continued presence in the Galapagos Islands.